Okay, we're about to sort of enter the area of love now. We've just come off the sort of beaten track, and it's a little winding road down to here. Now, I just have to make one thing clear. I'm very new to cruising. It's a very new thing for me, and I'll tell you for why. About 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with HIV and hepatitis C co-infection, and that came after a massive maelstrom of huge hedonistic gay lifestyling, which got me in the end, you know. So 2.5 years ago, I had to really change my life and my lifestyle, and I'm on a drug called interferon for the hepatitis C, which is working, by the way, which makes me really grumpy and means I can't be around loud, uninteresting gay people anymore. So cruising seemed to become a natural sort of option, really, for me to do, because two things. One, it was seen by my doctor as being a therapeutic exercise, and two, it keeps me around gay people, and gay people in a very different way to the gay people on the scene, because cruising isn't populated by scene people. It's populated by a whole series of other stratas and subcultures. So, for example, I live in Manchester, and in Manchester it's got a massive gay sort of scene, and it's called The Village, and I mean it is just, you know, remarkably sort of populated by queers. And but not very many sort of black or Asian or Chinese people go on the scene. But cruising is like a League of Nations, and you know, it's, for me, it's one of the last few really queer moments left in our world. It's one of those secretive moments as well, which I think I put it alongside prostitution. You know, you have a society which demands that you behave in a certain way, and it's rather like dock leaves and nettles. You know, you then have something which compensates for that. So, for every sad marriage, there is a happy cruiser, if you like, and I certainly after my diagnoses, I am a very happy cruiser. I have very little sex because I'm not really particularly interested in sex. I do it because there is something rather ancient about it. Ancient and quite often serene. And I know that sounds a little bit odd, and I'm not trying to paint a beautiful queer picture of it. It is just, that's what it is. You know, this idea that gay men are now this remarkable new sort of uber-confident race of people who can take on the world is, in my opinion, a lie. I'm not saying that there aren't gay men, a new breed of gay men who are more confident, but there are still certainly a whole host of very injured and very unhappy gay men for whom things like cruising and cottaging and stuff like that are an absolute lifeline. And also, you've got to remember that cruising has probably kept a lot of marriages together, because if those gentlemen didn't find their joy elsewhere, I think there'd be a lot more single people. So in a way, it's kind of like marriage guidance, if you like. And quite often, what you find here is what you would term, or I would term, as straight people. People who are not, obviously, and I hate using that word, obviously gay. People who aren't out. And so, for me, cruising is a peculiar and wonderful queer moment that crystallises a society that doesn't quite know what it is, but cruising knows what it is.